instruct pilots to fly straight-in approaches or have pilots enter on the base leg. ATC may even run left and right patterns simultaneously. At non-towered airports, these procedures are not recommended. Flying the approved full pattern is the best way to avoid traffic conflicts when ATC is not there to coordinate non-standard arrivals and departures. Usually have multiple windsocks, with one centrally located and the others near the ends of the runways, where they are easily visible to pilots on takeoff or landing. This leg is called the upwind leg and is also parallel with the runway, but located on the side opposite the downwind. This leg is typically only used if a pilot has to abort their landing so they can safely space themselves out from other traffic. The traffic pattern consists of a rectangular shape made up of 5 different legs: departure, crosswind, downwind, base, and final. The standard traffic pattern is referred to as left traffic. This means that all turns in the pattern are made to the left. A runway could also have a non-standard or right traffic pattern, where all turns are made to the right. At most airports, the traffic pattern is typically flown 1,000 feet above the elevation of the airport. The pilot should enter the pattern on a 45-degree angle to the downwind leg, flying towards the approach end of the runway. When within about 1 mile of the runway, a turn should be made to enter the downwind leg, flying parallel to the runway and in the opposite direction of landing. The pilot should then fly 2 90-degree turns, one turn to the base leg and the other turn to the final leg, while descending to his touchdown point on the runway. This allows them to properly set up for landing and to sequence themselves with other air traffic. An airplane that has taken off and is climbing out on runway heading is on the departure leg. When at a sufficient altitude, the pilot can either depart the pattern or stay in the pattern.
Now we will see some situations where the use of these pattern entry and exit techniques will be shown. For example, let's say that this aircraft is coming from this direction and wants to enter the left-hand pattern for runway 09. So according to the recommended techniques, the procedure could be to descend to pattern altitude, cross over the airport and join the downwind leg at an angle of 45 degrees. However, another option is to descend to pattern altitude plus 500 feet, cross over the airport and fly for approximately 2 nautical miles, which is twice the pattern distance, then make a right turn while descending to pattern altitude to join the downwind leg.
Pattern entry is up to the controller. It can be right or left downwind, or base leg, or even a straight-in final approach. These variations of the traffic pattern are possible because the tower controller assigns landing priority. This standardized pattern or flow of traffic allows pilots to anticipate what other aircraft will do so they can plan accordingly. The recommended entry is made at a 45-degree angle to the downwind leg, opposite the middle third of the runway. This is where pilots of other aircraft expect and are more alert for other aircraft.
There are several ways to enter the pattern if you're coming from the upwind leg side of the airport. One method of entry from the opposite side of the pattern is to announce your intentions and cross over midfield at least 500 feet above pattern altitude, which would be 1,500 feet AGL at most airports. When well clear of the pattern, approximately 2 miles, scan carefully for traffic, descend to pattern altitude, then turn right to enter at 45 degrees to the downwind leg at midfield. An alternate method, if the pattern is not busy, is to enter on a midfield crosswind at pattern altitude. Carefully scan for traffic and then turn downwind. When using this method, always remember to give way to aircraft on the preferred 45-degree entry and to aircraft already established on downwind.